Ladies and gentlemen, Air Boss George Klein has just cleared the Mid-Atlantic Air Museum for takeoff. In just a moment, you are going to hear and see the sights and sounds that happened during World War II. I hear engines revving up. Let's listen. Here's the TBM. Pratt & Whitney R2600 14-cylinder engine up front. Well, thank you, Jerry. And in just a moment, the B-25 is going to roll. Wait till you hear this. Here comes the B-25. Is that sweet or what? What a beautiful song of combustion. Russ Strine, Tim O'Hara out there in the B-25. Coming in from the right, here's Jim Fusateri with a TBM Avenger. This was a carrier-based aircraft built originally by Grumman, and when it was built by Grumman, it was called a TBF, torpedo bomber, and F was the manufacturer, in this case Grumman. General Motors built them. General Motors' designation was M, ergo the TBM. Torpedo bomber, 3 crew aboard, carrier-based. Did I mention that? You're landing an airplane that big, basically on a postage stamp. From the right, here comes briefing time. And of course, we all know the story of Doolittle's Raiders, right? You don't? April of 1942, we launched 16 B-25s off the aircraft carrier Hornet. And we bombed Tokyo 6 months after Pearl. Here's the B-25. What is there not to like about the sound of that airplane? It has a very unique sound to it, and if you look at the airplane, you'll see the bottom cylinders got short stacks on them. Makes for a very, very unique sound from the B-25. Here's the TBM. This baby could carry a 2,000-pound torpedo or 4 500-pound bombs or depth charges. The TBM is credited with sinking, oh good grief, sinking 12 submarines and also helped to sink the world's largest battleships, the Mushai and the Yamato. Had a max speed of 267 miles an hour, ceiling at 23,000 feet. About 9,000 of them built. Today, Probably a couple of dozen of them flying, if that many. Here's a photo pass. Right after Pearl Harbor, FDR had his panties in a bunch. As a matter of fact, so did the whole country. The Japanese sneakily attacked Pearl Harbor on December 7th of 1941. FDR said, "I want Tokyo bombed." Because all of the Japanese military said, "Nah, you won't bomb us." Well, that didn't quite work out for them, did it? There you go, Bombay doors open on the TBM. So General Doolittle came up with this plan of putting B-25's medium bomber on an aircraft carrier. They practiced for it. You saw Russ Strine do the takeoff that they used on the Hornet. Nose wheel off the ground, throttles all the way up. And we bombed Tokyo. We didn't do a lot of damage, mind you, but what we did do was we scared the Japanese. Great morale boost for the United States. Yep, we kicked them right in the pants. And we kicked them hard. Bombay doors open. Like I said, what is there not to like about the sound of those engines? Oh yeah. Woohoo. And here comes Jim Busateri. Hi. With a TBM on photo pass. There's one unique feature about this TBM. It's got a radar pod on the right wing. Check it out when they bring it back in and park it. There's a big white thing, looks like a big capsule. That's radar. Yep. We had a lot of radar-equipped aircraft way back then. And if you want to find out more about everything that's going on over at the Mid-Atlantic Air Museum, by all means, check it out. It's maam.org. Or just Google Mid-Atlantic Air Museum. Not a problem. You'll find all about the great activities and aircraft collection up there at the Mid-Atlantic Air Museum. By the way, how many of you out there remember the movie Catch-22 with, I believe it was Alan Arkin and a bunch of other crazy people? Well, Briefing Time starred in that movie. Built by North American. North American built a lot of aircraft during World War II. Of course, we all know the T-6 was built by North American. The P-51 was built by North American. The B-25 was built by North American. And North American went on to a great number of other aircraft, including stuff going on into the jet age, culminating, well, they started into jet age with the F-86, they went to the F-100, and they wound up with my favorite airplane, the XB-70 Valkyrie. North American, great manufacturer, designed some fantastic airplanes. And I understand we're going to do a photo pass coming in from the right. Here's Russ Strine and Tim O'Hara briefing time. I know the TBM is sneaking around in here somewheres. It's coming in right about now. Looks like the TBM's going to be doing a photo pass too. Take a look under that right wing. You'll see something, looks like a big pill capsule under there. That's the radar pod. This airplane was radar equipped, as were a lot of aircraft later on in World War II. And of course, given enough time and money, the Mid-Atlantic Air Museum is restoring the only P-61 in the world to flying condition. Well, it's not the only one, but it will be the only flyable one. And let me tell you what, they're going gangbusters on this project. It's really something to see. They pulled this thing off a mountain in New Guinea, where it crashed during a training exercise. Everybody survived the accident, but the airplane was left. Well, they came up with this idea, let's go get it. And they did. And they're in the process of rebuilding the airplane right now. And I'm hoping that in, a short period of time, let me say that, I don't want to set a deadline because I really don't know. But I'm hoping that soon, they will be turning engines on that airplane and getting her back where she belongs, in the sky, as the only flying P-61 Black Widow in the world. Once again, check out their website, maam.org. And now I believe they're going to set up for their landings. The B-25 landed on a standard runway, pretty much like what we've got here. They were used all over the place. They were used in Europe. I believe they were also used in the Pacific to a degree too. They perfected a technique called skip bombing. Notice that Russell's holding that nose wheel up, using the airplane itself as a big drag brake. The TBM, however, is equipped with a tail hook. You're going to try to land this airplane on an aircraft carrier. Now think about this. You just went through a pretty tough mission. You might be wounded. Your airplane might be damaged. You've been out there for, 6 to 8 hours. Who knows how long you've been flying. Basically, you've just been through hell and back. And now, you've got to land on a rolling, pitching aircraft carrier deck just a few football fields long, relying on a 1-inch thick steel cable to stop you. It was a tough job, but they did it, and they did it a lot. And there's all kinds of video and film out there of World War II pilots coming on to, say, the Yorktown, not the original, but the second Yorktown, and not exactly having a good day. There were a lot of accidents with aircraft back in World War II. But these airplanes were rugged. They could take a heck of a bang. We're waiting for Tim to come in here. I hear the engine. There he is. Look at that. Floaty, 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 floaty. That's a pretty good sized airplane too, by the way. It sits up tall, crew of 3. They could do 1,100 miles, 2,300 with auxiliary tanks.